Hi everyone, welcome to Kitabi Cabins. मेरा नाम चारू है and look at me touching all this grass today. Very grounding behavior by me. I want to start by saying this clearly that this video isn't for people who hate reading. This video is for people who are readers but do not have that emotional or mental space in their life to read right now. Honestly, last year wasn't a great reading year for me as well. A lot of things were happening and उस वक्त पे I realized how easily reading can slip away from your hand अगर आप उसको पकड़ के ना रखें. मैं बस बचपन में देखती थी उन adults को who were readers and people who had so many hobbies, but वो सारी चीजें छूटती गई as they grew up older. And now I see how easily all of these can slip out of your hand. And it's not because you do not like books anymore. It's just because life demands a lot from you. I get it. 9 से 5 काम करके आदमी क्या वो mental space ही नहीं होती है to pick up a book at that point. I know a lot of people go through this phase and I just want to say that it's completely normal. It's not that you have lost on the skill of reading. वो आ जाएगा, सब वापस आ जाएगा. You just need to be a little patient with yourself and try to get back into reading. First of all, do not try to force yourself to get into the old regime of reading. I'll share some tips that help me stay in touch with reading when life gets too overwhelming and busy for me. One of the first things that genuinely changed this game for me was what I was reading and how I was reading it. And I found my way back through essays. Essays ask for something that is very reasonable. आपको बहुत कम dedicate करना पड़ता है अपना time and you get so much in return. It's not that you have to sit with a very long book to get something out of it. Reading a short essay will always leave you with an idea or a thought to ponder upon. And you know, this feeling of having engaged with the thought matters more to me than finishing 500-600 pages of a book. And when I think of essays, the first person that comes to my mind is Joan Didion. Joan Didion was the ultimate cool girl. You must have seen a lot of her essays. Joan Didion on Keeping a Notebook is a very popular essay. What I would recommend is The White Album by Joan Didion. It's a collection of essays from late 60s and 70s. Joan Didion is such a delight to read. Joan Didion talks a lot about getting inspired from Hemingway, and that shows in her writing. It's very crisp, it's very precise. बहुत पढ़ने में बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं उनके essays. This is the same collection of essays that opens with "We tell ourselves stories in order to live." Very popular quote by Joan Didion herself. Joan Didion writes a lot about writing as well, and I think writers writing about writing is a very difficult job to pull off without sounding too self-indulgent. Currently, I'm also reading this book in a very similar zone, Margaret Atwood on writers and writing. It's also a very beautiful read if you want to read along this genre of things. Another collection of essays that I would like to recommend to you is by George Orwell. George Orwell's book Source is Cigarette. It's a collection of 6-7 essays. The title of the book is very intriguing. That is also what got me to picking up this book. और इसमें George Orwell ने जो ये essay है book Source is Cigarette, इसमें यही बात करी है. People often complain about books being very expensive, books being a thing of the elite. हम नहीं पैसे खर्च सकते हैं किताबों पे. And what he does is he makes out all the statistics of the things people are putting their money on: alcohol, cigarettes, and all self-indulgent things. And he's making a statistical chart telling people how much of your money is going in there and there. It's a very interesting essay. I think you'll really enjoy reading it. He's also talked a lot about people, class, reading, money, and how all these things shape a society, and some other essays in the same collection. It's a very interesting read. आपको time नहीं मिलता कुछ भी पढ़ने का, तो बीच-बीच में एक-एक essay पढ़ते रहिए and you'll still feel very connected to reading in there. Another one on my essay recommendation is Gratitude by Oliver Sacks. Oliver Sacks, if you do not know, he was a neurobiologist. You must have heard of this book, A Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. That is him only. He spent his life working with patients and discovering how beautiful and fragile and interesting our human mind can be. It is a very slim collection of essays. It has 4 essays if I'm not wrong. And he started writing these when he knew he was dying. And I know that sounds very heavy, but the book isn't depressing at all and it reads strangely calming. He's talking about his work, life, relationship, and the fact that he got to live a life that was driven by curiosity. He's oddly grateful for his life, his friends, his relationship, and for this body that is failing him at the moment he's writing about this. You can tell that he genuinely enjoyed living, and that is very clear in the way he writes as well. If you want to read something that is too full of life, you must get your hands on this book. And alongside essays, I think one of the major shift for me has been switching to Substack. Guys, please, Instagram की scrolling को Substack की scrolling से replace करके देखो. It is genuinely life changing. You can read one piece or an article, close the app, or maybe not. You can just keep scrolling, but यहाँ का doom scrolling would be more fruitful than the other apps that you will be spending your time on. And I know a lot of us must have saved so many carousel posts, Substack articles to read this week on Instagram, but वो सिर्फ saved folder में ही रह जाते हैं. वो Substack तक पहुँच ही नहीं पाते हैं. Which sucks honestly, but I would recommend you to scroll through Substack than Instagram. I will also insert in some some Substack articles that I've enjoyed reading on the screen. Another very powerful way to keep reading in your life when life gets too busy is to make space for audiobooks. And guys, trust me when I say this, that I am someone who has been very rigid about her reading routine. I am one of those people जिनको अपना time और space निकाल के reading करना बहुत पसंद है, which is great, but I don't think that is a very practical way to expect reading in your life when you are very busy and running around with life. But honestly, guys, try making space for audiobooks in your life. It is honestly insane how much of more reading you can fit into your life जिसमें आप कहते हो कि मैं बहुत busy हूँ doing this, doing that. And my audible audiobook recommendation for you today is God Guns and Missionaries by Manu Pillai. The amount of research that has gone into this book is honestly staggering. You can see how deeply he has worked with the material here. It's layered, it's deeply researched, but it feels very fluid when you are listening to it in an audiobook format. The book takes a very deep look at how politics, power, and religion have shaped India over time through kings, colonial rulers, missionaries, all of them just connecting back to what was actually happening on the ground. I remember last year when Manu and I were having this conversation and he mentioned that he just finished recording the audiobook version of his book, which is great now that we have this book out in an audiobook format. I love when audiobooks are narrated by the author. It's very interesting to see how an idea formed in their head and they penned it down on text and we get to hear it from the source itself. Another audiobook that I really want to talk about is Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. There was a time on the internet, if you were even slightly present, there was no way you could escape the Vlogbrothers and John Green moment. Tumblr was filled with Fault in a Star quotes. Everybody was just obsessed with them. And honestly, I miss that time. It was my favorite era on the internet. Such simpler times. For a whole generation, including me, he was one of the first writers that made us feel seen. Everything is Tuberculosis is a very different work of his. The book is not about the medical history of the disease, but about how a disease travels through poverty, politics, and neglect. And this works very well as an audiobook because if you have been following John Green sometime, he talks a lot about this idea of how storytelling has existed way long before we started writing these things down. He talks a lot about linguistics of storytelling, on how we inherited stories from our ancestors. We know so many things because we were a species that was communicating with each other via stories. And again, this book is narrated by the author himself. And the last audiobook that I want to recommend to you is Sati Savitri by Devdutt Pattanaik. This book is about the evolution of womanhood. Devdutt Pattanaik looks at different women from different yugas, different religions, different eras of time. We are introduced to so many queens, wives, goddesses. You get to see how the ideas of feminism and womanhood have always existed, but unka ek tarika of being there has changed over the time. Also, this video is in collaboration with Audible. Audible offers you a wide variety of books spanning across the genre of fiction, non-fiction, and essays. You can scroll through there, see what you like, and if you have been wanting to read more but आपको वो जगह और space नहीं मिल पा रही है पढ़ने की, try giving audiobooks a chance. You can click on the link in the description to get 2 months of Audible free. And yes, thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for being kind as always, and I will see you super soon. Happy reading until then.